Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry, I had started recording this and I had to stop it and start it again. But welcome back to Open Door Hypnosis. I am Shara Prophet, and today we are going to talk about how to stop asking for advice from other people and learning how to trust yourself. Um, as many of you know, I'm a certified hypnotherapist. I also hold certifications in NLP, which is neuro linguistic programming. I'm an NLP practitioner, also in therapeutic imagery, and I'm also a past life regression specialist. And basically, I teach people how to use the power of their minds to make things happen magically, to make the impossible happen. Okay, so I'm a coach and I utilize all of those different tools and techniques to help you move into a better you, help you to become the master intuitive creator that you were born to be. All right. So, when we're first born, we're taught from the moment we come out of our mother's wombs that we need to be relying on something or someone outside of ourselves. Just think about it. When you're born, the first person that puts their hands on you is a complete stranger, the doctor, and then the nurses pass you around. It's probably about 5 or 6 people that put their hands and energy on you as a baby before your own mom touches you, right? So this is already a program that our cells and our subconscious mind picks up even in infancy. All right. So we're taught to not only rely on doctors, but we're also taught to rely on other people to feed us, to tell us what to wear, to tell us what to do with our money, okay, to tell us what to believe in, as far as like religion, okay. So we are already tapped into this programming that tells us you cannot trust yourself. I've heard a person say, "Oh, you can't trust your intuition," and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me?" So today we're going to talk about how you can start to learn to trust your intuition and your guidance. And there's a few tools that you can use and processes that you can take yourself through to get there. Now, I've also done a guided meditation, and I put the link to that guided meditation below, and it'll take you to my Vimeo page, and you can either rent or purchase that meditation. And next time, I don't think I'm going to have music playing in the background. So for this first one, it's pretty good, but going forward, I won't play music in the background. Okay. Uh, well, hello. This is Isis, everybody. Say hello. Hi, everybody. Hi. She's 6 months old, and she is quite a handful, but I love her to death. That's my baby. Anyway, so a few things that you can do to start building up your own trust in yourself is first of all, sorry, is first of all, become discerning about the two voices that you hear in your head. Okay, we all hear voices, right? So one voice is the lower conscience, right? It's the lower consciousness that's kind of telling us to be on alert, to look out, to ask questions. Are you sure that this is what we want to do? Remember last time we tried this and it didn't work, you know? And then there is the higher conscious voice that has a more calm and direct tone, okay? And it's usually very exact and quite clear cut and dry. Okay, this is the voice that you will hear sometimes saying, "Oh, go talk to that person. Make this turn. Don't leave yet. Stay few more minutes." Okay, it's that inner guidance, that inner knowing that already kind of is about 10 steps ahead of us. Really, there is like hundreds of steps ahead of us. All right. So the first thing you want to do is get to know those two voices. Jeez. Okay. Nope, 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 baby. You gotta go because you're about to knock all of this down. I gotta put her in her cage. Excuse me for 1 minute. All right, sweetie. Yeah, because you're acting too crazy right now. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. So you want to get really clear on what those voices sound like, all right? Now, the higher conscious is if you want to call it the voice of God, your higher self, your higher awareness that's talking to you. Hi, Traveler ASMR. Welcome. If you want to call it that, you can call it that. I know that voice usually comes in on the right side for me personally. And it makes sense because it's believed that God presence lives in the right hemisphere of the brain, right? We know that the right side of the brain is where the creativity and intuition and all of that lives, right? And then the left side is the more logical side of the brain. So it makes sense that it would come in on the right side. Now, it might come in on a different side for you. It might come from behind. It may come straight ahead. Everybody is different. For me personally, mine comes in on the right side. And that's how I know that that is my higher conscience talking to me. And the lower consciousness is on the left side. Okay. And that voice sounds more uncertain, fearful. Hi, spiritual peace, welcome. It sounds more uncertain. It will ask a lot of questions. It will bring up past memories and past thoughts and emotions, or thoughts that evoke a certain emotion to keep you from doing something. Okay, this side of the voice, this voice fears the unknown. This voice trusts the unknown, okay? So definitely tune into that and figure out what's your voice, okay? Now for me, usually for me and for what my clients report back to me, it is their voice that they hear. But it's, one is has a negative tone and one has a very positive tone. So your voice is usually you. All right, it's not necessarily someone else. And if it is someone else, 9 times out of 10, it could be a spirit guide if it's a more positive voice, or it could be a voice from the past. Maybe it's your mom or your dad telling you, you can't do that or whatever, that's kind of carrying over into how you move forward in your daily life. Does that make sense? Okay. So that's the first thing you want to do, is get real discerning about those two voices. Know the difference. The second thing that you can do is start to learn what your psychic abilities are, because we all have them. There is not one person on this planet that does not have the ability to tap into their intuition. And all these psychic abilities is our intuition communicating with us. So some people can hear it, they can see it, they have insight, meaning they see it inside of their head, okay? They feel it in their body, they taste it, they smell it. So these are all of the senses that we have that help us navigate through this human experience. And also it helps us navigate through the spiritual experience, okay? And we call them clairs. There's like clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant. There's some other clairs. I can never remember the other ones, but those are the 3 that come to mind. But you can learn about which ones are more dominant for you, okay, or more prominent for you, all right? So definitely, spend some time getting to understand how you receive those messages. and how it comes to you, and start to learn how to trust it. When I first started out on this journey, the voice came in on this right side and it said to me, you need to really get to know my voice and what I sound like, because you're going to need it. You're going to need to know when I am talking to you versus when that other vibration or consciousness is talking to you. And I was led to start studying tarot cards, okay? And the thing about using divination tools is divination tools help to strengthen your intuition. It helps to strengthen your awareness and your inner guidance and that gut feeling, okay? So that's another thing that you can do. You can start reading tarot cards. Also playing with the pendulum. I'm wearing mine around my neck right now, okay? Playing with the pendulum will really, really help you tap into your inner trust, your inner guidance. Because the thing about a pendulum is that it's not a spirit that moves the pendulum. What's moving the pendulum, and I'm not going to say it's never a spirit that moves the pendulum. The majority of the time, it's the electrical pulses coming from the subconscious mind down into your fingers, causing a slight movement to indicate the answer to the question that you've asked. The idea is that we already hold all of the answers, okay? That if you spend enough time with yourself asking the right questions and also doing things like meditating, then you are automatically guided to the answers, okay? Because you're tapping into the universal mind, the collective consciousness, where all is. That's where the all comes from, right? You're tapping into that primordial substance, okay, that has been around since the very beginning, because that's what primordial means, from the very beginning, okay? And then the subconscious mind represents that 90% dark energy that is in the universe, okay? Because as above, so below. And the conscious mind represents the 10% of the universe that is visible, meaning the planets and the stars, the sun, the moon, galaxies, and all of that, okay? So 10% of the conscious mind controls there's only 10%, the conscious mind only controls 10% of your total mind power. The subconscious controls 90% of your total mind power, okay? So in the universe, there's only about 10% of it is actually in form, where we can see it and it's visible, right? Through telescopes and through what they tell us it looks like anyway. Unless you've had the privilege of going up there yourself, you know? Okay, so all is mental, right? It says everything, all is mind, the universe is mental. So as above, so below. All right, so our minds are an exact replica of that which is above, which is the universe, all right? So since we have the ability to tap into that higher awareness, that higher consciousness, that energy, that substance that has all in it, that has all of the information, all of the answers to every question you could possibly ever have to ask, we have access to it if you just know how to tap into it. And you can tap into it through meditation and also hypnosis, okay? Those are like the main ways that you tap into it. Of course, people take psychedelic drugs and stuff like that. You can tap into it that way as well. However, if you get really deep in your meditation practice, you won't need psychedelics. I don't need psychedelics because I see things already. You know, I already have experiences, and I don't need to have any drugs to help me see all of that. I get deep in my trance. I go deep in my hypnosis and my meditations because of practice, okay? And I'm able to experience seeing certain entities, seeing certain beings, okay? Feeling certain energies and communicating with them, all right? So playing with the divination tools will definitely help to strengthen your awareness of your own inner guidance. And getting back to the pendulum, utilizing the pendulum. I might do a video on that. I don't know. That's something that I try to reserve for my students, for my coaching program. I don't know. I'll think about it. But basically, when you're using a pendulum, okay, it is an ideomotor response, is what you're getting. The movement of the pendulum is an ideomotor response, which is a non-verbal response to, or nonverbal communication, okay, that is coming from the subconscious mind. So handwriting is an ideomotor response. Automatic writing is a ideomotor response, okay? So this is all coming right from the subconscious mind, and the reason why we're able to get those answers is because the subconscious, you're saying, well, how come if it's my subconscious mind, how come I'm not consciously aware of it? Well, because you haven't taken the time out to sit in the subconscious mind and ask those questions to pull that information out. This is the reason why most people, about 95% of the population, is said to not even think. They don't think, okay? 95% of the population, y'all. That's a lot of people, you know? And the reason why they don't think is because we've been programmed to not think. We've been programmed to listen to somebody else tell us what's what. And even what I'm telling you right now, don't take that as face value. Go research it. Go research it. Read about it. In fact, I'm going to do a book review pretty soon of some books that you might want to pick up and take a look at. And even books are written from another person's perspective. So the true way to kind of do your cross-referencing and find out what's true for you is to go within and ask that question. You know, is this the truth? Is this something that I need to invest more time and energy in? Okay, because your subconscious mind has all of the answers. It already knows, and you have to trust that. Okay, you got to trust that. I see a lot of people on social media, you know, especially in a couple of groups that I belong to, that I'm in, like magic groups and things like that, people who will have dreams, and then they will, you know, post on Facebook and ask, hey, I had such and such a dream. What do you guys think it means? Well, first of all, let me tell you, I do dream therapy as well. Dream messages from your dreams come from you. They come from your own subconscious mind, okay? So if you have a dream that your subconscious mind gave to you, why would I know what it means? Why would a dictionary know what it means? Why would Google know what the symbols and signs that your subconscious mind gave to you? Why would it know what your message is? It's your message. You have to trust yourself. So if you're having dreams and you want to decode them or interpret them, then you need to have a pen and pad by your bedside, and you need to wake up and you need to write it down or record it if it's easier for you. If you're too groggy to grab a pen and write, then have a little, use your phone. Most people have their phones right next to them, right? I know I do. I shouldn't, but I do, Grab your phone and use the voice recorder and record the dream. Record the symbols that stood out to you. Record the words that stood out to you. And then when you get a moment, you can play it back. Usually when you wake up a few hours later, and then when you kind of remember this dream, that's when the information starts to flow. If it doesn't flow, then you can go into meditation and you can ask the subconscious mind, can you please tell me what this symbol means? What did that symbol mean? What information, what are you trying to get me to look at? Okay? Don't ask somebody else what your dream means. Doesn't make sense to me. Don't go flipping through a dictionary to figure out what a house in your dream means, because what it means in general may not be what it means for you. Okay? Trust yourself. You know. Please trust yourself. Okay? I'll give you a good example. I ran across a video on YouTube. It was about, it's called like the magic words to help you manifest something in a day or something like that. Okay, so I looked at these words and it was like a list of 12 or 13 words, and the words looked like they might be Aramaic. It sounded Aramaic to me. And so some of the words I knew the meanings of them, but there were quite a few of them. I think I knew the meanings of like 3 of the words, and the other words I had no idea. So I did a little bit of scouring through the internet to see if anything popped up, and I couldn't find any. I could find the words, but I couldn't find the meanings of the words. So then I kind of looked through some of my books here that I have at home, and I couldn't find anything in the books. And I'm like, okay. So then I took to one of the magic Facebook groups that I'm a part of, and posted there. And, people didn't know. They had no idea. They were just like, you might want to check this out. You might want to look at this. You may want to look at that. So what I did was one day, well, maybe a day later, I like to meditate sometimes to deep trance binaural beats. And I found one on YouTube and was listening to it. And all of a sudden, the words started coming to me. And I said, okay, this must be a good opportunity for me to find the meanings of these words. And I heard that inner guidance saying, yes, now's the time to ask. So I asked for the meanings of the words. Long story short, I have the meanings of the words, okay? I don't even, and I know that it's authentic because it's not the way I talk, all right? I know that it's not the way I talk. So I know that the meanings and the translations of those words are very authentic. And another thing that kind of solidified it for me was that I ended up kind of randomly running into some other information online that validated that, okay? And after I was able to translate those words, and even if it's not an exact translation, what I need from the words is what came through. Does that make sense? The way in which I need to incorporate those words into my magical practice and into what I do in my meditations and how I manifest is what is working for me. So I say all of that to say, trust yourself. Stop going to other people and asking them about your life. What's your life mean? Tap into your own inner knowing and your own inner guidance. Find out from yourself, okay? I have had people ask me, do you think I should stay with them or do you think I should leave? And I said, sweetie, I have not been in the bed with y'all, so I don't know what you should do. Have you meditated on it? Have you sat down and written out a list of all of the pros and all of the cons? Have you asked yourself, how do I feel with this person? How am I going to feel with this person 5 years down the line? Like, you have to do that own work on your own. You can't rely on somebody else. I have heard people, find somebody on YouTube that they really kind of, resonate with the message and they like the delivery and they're like, hey, have you heard of such and such and such? I'm thinking about working with them as a coach or getting some consulting from them. What do you think? What do you think? Screw what do you think? What do you feel? How do you feel about it? Have you taken your own counsel? Have you sat down with yourself and tapped in and said, okay, is this the right person that I need to work with? Is this the right program that I need to be a part of? Is this the right school that I need to be applying to? Is this the right job that I need? What's the next step for me? Now, there's a difference between asking for help and asking for advice. Advice to me will 9 times out of 10 get you into more trouble because you're asking for advice to confirm what you have already made a decision on, but you don't trust yourself enough to move forward with that decision. So you're asking other people what they think because you want somebody to agree with you to validate what you already want to do. Now, if you meet up with somebody who doesn't agree with you and can't validate the decision that you've already made, what could have been $1 million idea, or what could have been the right path for you to take, you could start doubting yourself and end up thinking or talking or feeling your way out of what is meant for you. So this is why I say stop asking for advice and learn how to trust yourself. Now, if you need help with something, needing help means, hey, I've made a decision about something and I haven't quite been able to break through the mental or emotional blocks to get there, or I just need a little bit of assistance to help me get to the next step or take the first step. That's different because you've already made a decision about what you want, but now you just need assistance with getting there or meeting the end goal. But asking for advice means I don't trust what I already know, so I'm going to ask somebody else. And if they've confirmed or validate for me that what I thought is right, then I'll go ahead and do it. But what happens if they don't agree with you? What happens if they don't agree, right? If you feel like you make bad decisions all the time, you need to, first of all, backtrack and figure out why you're doing that. Why do I keep making bad decisions? That in itself is a choice. You've decided to figure out, why do I keep making bad decisions? Now, you may need help with coming to that conclusion. So then you will go and you will see a therapist, or you will see a doctor, or you will see, another practitioner, okay, to help you get to the bottom, the root of why you keep making bad decisions. So instead of constantly not trusting yourself to make a decision and then relying on somebody else's idea or advice for yourself, you need to say, hey, I need to know why I keep making these bad decisions, and I need help getting to that conclusion so I can stop making bad decisions and start trusting myself to make good decisions where I don't need to ask anybody's advice, okay? I don't ask people for advice. I do not. I make a choice about what it is that I want to do, and I do it. If I am having a challenge with completing the task that I've chosen to take on, I ask for help. That's a difference, okay? So, I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want to make this video too long. I hope that this was helpful for somebody out there. I have done a guided meditation for this. The link to that guided meditation is below. It's the link to my Vimeo page. This is the first one that I've uploaded on Vimeo. Let me know what you guys think of the sound quality. I had music playing in the background. I won't do that again in the next videos. But I had re-recorded it several times already, and I just couldn't go back and record it. But it is a very deep and a very, very effective meditation, okay? So go check it out. And I'm gonna probably hop back on here because I wanna make a few more videos today before I go on about my day. But I thank you guys for stopping by, all 3 of you. And I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.